Hey, I'm back. I took the case for the CaseMatix to Western New York, had a great time, used it, everything was totally fine. I like this case. It's probably one of the best cases I've bought for my Xbox. That's a very good thing. This one is a solid case as opposed to a fabric, which you kind of flip over and all the other stuff. This one is just a little bit more constructed, a little bit more form-fitting for the actual Xbox. Now, let's open this up real quick. Again, this is the beautiful green that's on the inside. This is how I pack the Xbox. My HDMI cable, it stays in there all the freaking time because the last thing you want to do, and you could ask my coworkers this here, the last thing they want to hear from me is me saying, hey, I need to go to GameStop because I left the cable. Like, hey, I forgot my joystick or I forgot my cable or something else. I had to do two different things to make this work. First thing was get rid of the freaking oily fish smell that was inside of this here. I believe that oily smell was coming from the green pads they used in here. This is an issue. I have a lot of experience with this type of padding here. This padding is nice to have when you don't go into it repeatedly. So like I said, the only modifications I did to this bad boy was the bottom is now glued down. Originally, this just kind of flopped up and I was like, what the H? It didn't make any sense at all. But there is enough room to put your Xbox, your controller, a couple of games. I'm going to show you how I actually pack this here. And trust me when I say I pack the Xbox a lot better than I pack actual backpacks. Okay, there's going to be some detailed photos at the end of this, like way at the end. You might want to definitely take a look to see what you're going to get because like I said, there's like 3 different manufacturers that make this exact same case. All they do is put a brand new label on it and that's about it. This case is lightweight. How lightweight? 1 pinky. Look at that. No problems. It's time to go on ahead and wrap this entire thing up. In front of me, you have my Hyperskin, which is the old, softer case. I'm not going to show you what it looks like on the inside. I'm going to leave a link below so that you can actually go to the previous video on this case here. And again, this is the case that we've been talking about the entire time right here, which is the newer case. The reasons I like this case, number one, is this is a hard shell case. Because it's a hard shell, it gives you a little bit more protection from impacts, a little bit more protection from moisture. In the photos at the very end of this video, you're gonna see me leaving my bag outside of a vehicle, but it snowed outside. And as you can see here, it's got a lot of room so I can just put it down like so and not have to worry about snow or whatever seeping in. Whereas this is all fabric and rubber. This is a fabric bottom. This is more than likely not going to be the best type of things, but in true reality, I can't compare these two cases because this case here is designed for specifically the newer small frame Xbox or small body Xbox One, whereas this here was designed specifically for the big body original Xbox. So this is like comparing apples and oranges. The only true comparison is I prefer a hard shell as opposed to a soft shell. But now when it comes to tacos, I love soft tacos. Okay. So one thing I didn't talk about that I probably should have mentioned was on the inside, I may have mentioned already that over time, when you go in and out of this case, when you're putting your Xbox in and out, this foam is going to get messy and it's going to get wear and tear, it's going to break. That's totally fine because apparently CaseMatix actually will sell you inserts. So as this wears down because you're traveling so much with it, you can turn around, go to these guys and say, hey, I'd like to reorder guts for this particular model. And this box here is a little bit on the antisocial side. It's a room for some junk, your Xbox, and one controller. The old Xbox One, although it was big and bulky, it did give room for 2 controllers. Now, me, I'm not antisocial when I go and travel, so I always have an extra controller. Even if I just have to throw it in the bag, I'll have it. When I say throw it in the bag, I mean throw it in my luggage. Even if I have to throw it in there, just to have an extra controller in case a coworker or a few people want to do some card games or whatever. That's the way I like to roll. I'm always going to have a fighting game. I'm always going to have a card game, just in case somebody else wants to play the game too. So I'm not really that antisocial. So the last thing before I completely wrap this up is, it is so strange. I'm going to end up selling this back to Amazon. They are willing to accept this here in its current condition, which is nothing wrong with it. It's just not being used. They'll take like $12 credit for it. That's so weird. I'm going to, take them up on that deal. I can put this on $12 worth of junk and then turn around and do a video on that junk. Maybe. So I hope you like this video, and this is the end of, this is part 2 of 2 for the CaseMatix Xbox carrying case. I did not include a lot of photos at the very end, but there are a couple that was not included on the first video. Enjoy. End of this series.